Hello guys, it's Tim Shisu again for Neowin.net. What I've got with me today is the HTC One X. Yes, a review has been coming along nicely for the past couple of weeks. Testing out some of the new features thanks to mobicity.com.au, who as always provides all of our phones pretty much. Just on the design, I really like it. It's thin, as you can see here. It's got a beautiful display which does curve off slightly to the edges, which does look amazing. The back is very minimal. You've only got the protruding camera here. You've got things like the power port on the side. You've got the power button on the top. Not sure about the power button on the top. It's kind of a strange thing because of how big the display is. It kind of makes it awkward to tap at the top, but again, it is running Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, and as such, it does have the 3 Android buttons included with Ice Cream Sandwich, but they're not on the display. They're actually capacitive along the bottom. You've got back, home, and the app switcher. Would have probably liked to see a menu button here, because in sense you'll see some problems with third-party apps coming up with this weird menu button. For example here, see there's a whole row there that's taken up by this massive menu button. I guess that's the downside of having not on-screen buttons. On the display, we have a 4.7-inch 720p Super LCD2 display. I've got to say, it is the best display I've ever seen. I mean, it's absolutely stunning in real life. I'm not sure this is coming through quite on my camera here, but everything about the display is simply, it just looks absolutely amazing. It's crisp. It has really good colors. I mean, really good colors. It's true to life. You can't see the pixels because it's got a pixel per inch density of around about 310. It's large. It's really easy to see things like videos and movies, any images you have taken. It just looks amazing on this display. I'm still waiting on information from HTC about just how the display works and how they can make it look so good in all situations. I mean, even outside, it's got brilliant viewing angles as well. Probably again not captured that well on the screen. In terms of performance, inside we have a NVIDIA Tegra 3 system on a chip, which has a 1.5 GHz quad-core ARM Cortex-A9 CPU, along with the ultra-low power GeForce GPU. And I have to say, going into the review, I was thinking that it wouldn't hold up to the Qualcomm Snapdragon S4, but it is very, very speedy around the operating system. I've never had a lag once. Just go to, say, Neowin to show out some of the browsing on this. It's very, very smooth. Just zooming in and stuff. It's really very good. The GPU is also surprisingly just faster in my tests than the Samsung Galaxy S2's Mali GPU, which really came as a surprise to me. But then again, it is NVIDIA does know how to make GPUs, and yeah, they've really hit the nail on the head with this one. Not sure it'll be as fast as the new Adreno, but then again, I should be getting a One S soon to check out. Again, moving around is really very fast. Loading even more intense websites than Neowin, such as The Verge and Engadget. Again, very, very fast. You'll never see lag in the operating system, really. As again, people sometimes complain about the lag in Android, but you won't see it here with the quad-core. Of course, that does present a problem with battery life, having 4 cores running all the time. But it does have a 5th companion core, which it uses for playing things such as movies, music, in the background, and just generally running it with the screen off. It will put tasks in the extra core to save battery. Generally, I've seen the battery life has been okay, but my mate Owen, who also works for Neowin, has seen rather bad battery life. Now, this isn't a very good example here. It says 1 hour 55 minutes. I've actually been taking all the camera shots and video on this, using it quite heavily, And really, I'd only expect about 5 or 6 hours out of a heavy battery. So, yeah, that is something to think about. Also, I've got on maximum brightness right now. Just on the Sense interface, I do like Android 4.0. I like all the new features. I like the Sense features as well. Just some of the things like they've got in the Contacts app. You'll see, places for, status updates, things like that. You can see here the agenda of the calendar. It's all very good, feature-wise. But the interface, it seems a bit outdated. I mean, you've got gradients here that sort of look a bit last generation, to be honest. And I really would have preferred to see just stock Android loaded on this device. The display is just so beautiful that just some of the things would have been much nicer stock. Also, you'll see here the browser. So it has this weird thing, right? You scroll all the way up and it comes up with these. Like, why couldn't they put that in the menu? Like, it just seems like a bit of a waste. And the buttons are labeled like here's menu. I mean, it says menu. I know the 3 dots means menu. And, I know here that means settings and things like that. It just detracts away from the whole Android experience. That said, the camera, which generally speaking is quite good. I encourage you to check out the test shots in my full review, but it does have some quite nice features. For example, it has real-time effects. I'm up with this dots. It is very smooth. It does look good, and things like that. You can also do slow motion video. Again, it's not taken at 1080p. Normally, it records at 1080p, but slow motion not. Also, there's a flash, so you can see on the back there. It does quite protrude out a bit, and they do say that there is a lot of features that have gone into the camera. And generally speaking, the shots are good, but it's not amazing. It's not as good as the Xperia S that I've seen. Also, I do have to praise Beats Audio. As you'll see on the back here, it says Beats. This is actually the first device that I've had a chance to use the Beats Audio. And I have to say, with Beats, which you can't set when you're playing it just through the speaker, just incidentally, but through headphones, Beats Audio does sound much better than the stock audio option, which surprised me because, again, SRS enhancement that I saw on the HTC Titan was rubbish. It's quite good on the with Beats on the HTC One X. Also, I still can't get over just how lovely this thin design is. HTC, for example, with the Sensation is a bit thick, but this is beautiful. Really, a solid design. Again, solid display. Really, with the only major downside that I have is with Sense on the One X, which is unfortunate. It does detract a bit from the overall thing, but and especially once developers stop putting the stupid menu button. Like seriously, why would you use this much space for a button? It's just stupid. Once they fix that, it'll be a really good performer. And again, if you happen to get the dual core version, the HTC One XL, it's pretty much the same as this. The GPU should be a tiny bit faster, and per core it should be faster, but either way you should be very impressed with what you'll get out of the HTC One X. I recommend that you check out my full review, which will be on Neowin.net. If you have any questions, you can ask me on my Twitter at ScorpusV, which will be links in the description. And yeah, have a very nice day, and I hope to get the One S sometime soon. Maybe do a little bit of a comparison between the two top-of-the-line HTC devices, both of which I expect to be very good. Anyway, thank you guys.